Hey guys, Tom here and welcome back to another theoretical build on the Racing Joker channel, how I would build the BMW M3 E46. This is something I'm sure a lot of you are trying to get me to make a video on, so this isn't really a guide so much as how I would do it with the knowledge I have, and my knowledge isn't 100% complete, but I guess it's better than the average person. So, how would I basically build my M3 E46 GTR type project? So first, we gotta find the car. So let's head over to Auto Trader. So I've got a lot of saved cars in my Auto Trader. We got a cool Supra here too. We'll talk about that later. We've got a lot of E46 M3s here to look at. There's a lot of things that aren't listed anymore that have been either bought or whatever, or they decided to keep it, whatever the story is. We got a few decent cars here, and I don't care about the condition too much because I'm going to be tearing it apart anyways. Now, we want something that isn't massively expensive. And it's ideally with a manual transmission, but it's not essential because of what we'll be doing with the car. So I'm going to say, let's just go with a 6-speed manual because it would gel well with some of the ideas I have. We could get this one in Washington. Yeah, I think we'll get the one in Washington. If we could get it right now, we could get the one in Washington. Register that in Washington, because we got a house out there. It's white. What's the Carfax? No damage, no accidents reported, or anyways. 5 previous owners. It is an old car. This is a 2006, though, so it should have the subframe reinforcement that it came with, right? That they got when they did, Oh, this is an SMG car. That's not what I wanted. There's another Washington SMG. We got a 6-speed in Tennessee. What the? Got that. It's a 2005. Doesn't look terrible. No damage or anything like that. Alright, fine. We got this one for $13,000. Car we chose, it's a 2005 for $13,000. Much cheaper than the R34 we got last time, which was like $110,000. Ooh. But this looks good. Fairly ordinary interior. Very cool. So a lot of people, there's various different ways you could build these cars. A lot of people will build them to look kind of like the CSLs. I like the CSL, but not that much. I'd rather it be an M3 GTR. So, let's see. All right, first things first, let's find an engine. We want an engine. So first, let's quickly head over to Scottsdale Motorsports. We probably won't. No, this is the wrong. We want the BMW people. Scottsdale Motorsport, not Motorsports. Oh no, their site isn't working. Okay. That's awkward, so we can't even use their site anyways. So we want BMW S65 engine. We got one for $8,500 here. $82,000, $10,000. It comes with a transmission, which would be good just for like as a temporary thing. Eventually we would replace the transmission with a nicer one. Okay, sure. We'll go with the one with the $10,000 one with the transmission. S65 plus transmission. Excuse me. Wow, that's a CVS URL right there. Okay, so that's $$ dollar. So we've got that. We got the engine and the transmission, which is cool. What should we do next? It's annoying that we can't check Scottsdale Motorsport right now, but we can go to Gintani and see what it would cost to twin turbo this. So this would help us make 590, 600 wheel horsepower. I mean, we could twin turbo or we could do like a VF Engineering like supercharger kit. But I think, for me, I'll do the twin turbo kit. Gintani twin turbo kit. And we'll probably also upgrade the internal so that we can make more than that. Because we want more, we want power, right? We want lots of power. Even though this car will be very light, we want power. 850 horsepower. We want something like this. And since I can't talk to Herschel Brewer right now to figure out how much a built engine would be, I'm just going to go with, let's just go with $25,000 just to be safe, I guess. This is definitely not going to be cheap, but like none of these theoretical builds are going to be cheap. It's theoretical, infinite budget. So we've got transmission, turbo kit, a built engine. Now what do we want? We could figure out the transmission now. So let's go to Hollinger. And I think what we really, really want, the RD6, And we want the sequential, right? Which one do we want though? Because it needs to have a good torque rating. Okay, so we got the SSS here. 650 pound-feet of torque. How much does the turbo kit do? Okay, so that should be good. RD6SS. RD6SS sequential Hollinger transmission. And now the nice thing about the Hollinger is that you can put it in a clutch manual car and you still need the clutch to start and stop, but you can put in a shift cut like through the gearbox in a standalone engine management system, where basically if you pull back, it will cut the timing and also not the fuel, which is cool, and it will do the gear change really quickly, and everything will re-engage. And because also the fuel doesn't get cut, you can set it up like that. It will do a proper gunshot flame, like a proper race car fire, and so that's really cool. And it makes it feel more like a race car with having a gearbox like that. And also, if you push forward, it will downshift it as well. And it's straight cut gears, so you also get that whine. And I think you have to remove some sound insulation to make it louder because it's actually fairly tame. It would be hard to hear it over the engine itself. Now, what would be a good standalone engine manual? I know that briefly PCG put Motec ECUs into their GTRs to make them make more power, I guess. I don't know how much these cost. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we'll put in 13,000. Standalone ECU, 13,000. God knows what the fuel system would cost. Because that would all have to be custom. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to be custom on this because it's a GTR build. And so you've got the side exhaust and the manifolds and the all that stuff. I mean, let's go to 2M AutoWorks really quick and see if they can give us an idea. I mean, the engine swap itself would cost probably an extra $20,000. So I'm told by various people. It's hard. It's really hard to figure this out because I don't know. But basically, the way it would be is that you would get the car, the engine, the transmission, the turbos. You'd need a custom side exhaust that tunnels through the floor. While doing that, you could also do a lot of weight reduction stuff. You want to try to aim for 2,800 to 2,600 pounds because that's kind of what the original GTRs were. And having that weight with this crazy power would make your car very fast. Standalone ECU. No idea what a fuel system would cost. I really don't know because this would all be top of the line stuff. So there's fuel system, not sure. Suspension, that would all have to be custom, not sure, depending on where we get it from and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of tiny details, differential, electronics, all the buttons on the inside, the gauges, the steering wheel. It's a very complicated and expensive build. I really need to get on making the guide as to how to make an M3 GTR. Not so much with the twin turbo kit, because basically the only difference between an actual replica of the M3 GTR and my car would be is that it would have forced induction, because I'd want it to be faster. What else can I cover? I can tell you where to maybe get body kits at least. So we've got 2M AutoWorks, right? They've got body kits, a nice body kit. So this is quite cool. I think they've recently started doing a new one, actually. They recently just sold this car. We're going to get a good picture. So this is quite nice. This is a nice body kit. And you can get it in a carbon fiber version. It's not advertised on their website. You don't have to, but you can. So the GTR body kit is $9,000 in the fiberglass version. It even comes with the rear bumper if you're doing a side exhaust setup, which is cool. What is this actually made of? Does it say? Oh, you can get a wing. Custom GTR wing. Oh, that's very nice. The wing that they got on their car was gorgeous looking. So yeah, so the wing they have on their car is very, very nice. Go away. I don't want to have to log in to continue. Just a little bit more of the wing. Fuck off. So they got a custom wing. And you can get this body kit. You can get it in a carbon fiber version if you want to. There's also the welded roll cage system, which is very important as well. No idea how much that will cost, because you can get that like FIA certified and all that sort of stuff. Depends on how far you want to go. There's also things like wheels. You know, like what do you want to do with the wheels? How do you want to do the wheels? So this kit includes a lot of stuff. I like that they have the custom wing in there. That's actually quite nice. Okay, so now wheels are tricky because you can't actually get the GTR wheels anywhere, but you can get really good replicas from Rogue Engineering, and these are quite nice. You can paint them. They look like the GTR wheels. They look really, really, really cool. They're basically the GTR wheels for street cars because they got these little lug nut holes here and all sorts of cool stuff. Here are the originals. Do you guys remember the 594, 595s from the Why the M3 GTR is Awesome video? You guys are moving around. Well, here we are. Now we have street replicas. That way you don't have to hunt them down, which I think is pretty cool. So thank you, Rogue Engineering. So if you want to do that, I'd say get these. And they're not massively expensive, because I think that's $389 each. So $389 times 4, $1,500 for a set. I'd say it's worth it, because you're not going to find anything like this anywhere else. You can get actual BBS wheels if you wanted to, but this is a good option. I like these. These are cool. I think it would fit well with any GTR build. Let's see, what else is there that's important? So as I said before, the roll cage system, when I say welded, I mean the roll cage is welded to the chassis for good rigidity and all that stuff. So make sure you get that if you're doing the M3 GTR replica thing. Otherwise, if you don't care, you don't have to. You don't even have to get a roll cage. I'm not saying you have to do any of this. You don't even have to get these wheels. But I figured many of you want to know how to make an M3 GTR, and I want to be able to tell you if you want the GTR Hood. We could go to Simon Carbon. Go away. BMW M3 E46 M3 find. We've got GTR style hood right here, $1,800. That's perfectly fine. I'm not even really adding stuff to the document because I can't really document everything that has to be done on this car, because if you're doing a GTR style build, or basically the way I want to do it, there's a lot of stuff that just isn't available. That's the downside. That's the only downside. But I've got the main things, I suppose. We've got the engine, the transmission. We're doing forced induction. We need a standalone ECU. You need the custom side exhaust that tunnels through the floor. There's weight reduction. No idea how much that would cost. Weight reduction, cost, blah, 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 don't know. Headers, fuel system, not sure. Suspension, not sure. All necessary. Got the hood. I like the idea of using the wing that 2M used. The body kit, it's basically going to be a $20,000 body kit because we want it to be carbon. But I don't know if we want to use the 2M Modelworks one or the PTG one. So the PTG one, I haven't looked at that yet in this video. It's basically this kit. It's like the GTR kit, right? This is an official race car kit that was used in I believe the American Le Mans series for a little while. This is basically the kit from 2M Modelworks, right? No, I don't want to save. I just want to open it in a new tab. So we've got this front bumper here, and these kind of fender flares, and it's also got the rear bumper, and we would want this side exhaust. You see what I mean by tunnel through the floor? Because it comes out the side skirt, not underneath. It tunnels through the floor and comes out right here. Only on the right side, not on the left. This is basically the kit that 2M Modelworks would give you. And there's this fiberglass. You can get it in carbon fiber. The PCG kit is a bit smoother. Oh, geez. Where would I find a better picture? Oh, Scottsdale Motorsport back up? No. I like how when I make the video, their website stops working. Oh, here we go. This is the PCG kit. This is a good picture. Here's another good picture, and that's not as good of a picture. Oh yeah, this is my wallpaper for a while. It's a little blurry. Ah, here we go. So, this is the GTR kit, and this is the PTG kit. Both are official racing kit. Both can be full carbon fiber. This is only available in full carbon fiber. This replaces the entire fender in the front bumper, side skirt, all that sort of stuff, and it's a lot smoother and more aerodynamic than the GTR kit. This one's a bit blockier looking. This front bumper is a little bit more aerodynamic than the first version of the GTR kit. But this, oh, these are all really small. This is a lot smoother, as you can see. I don't know. I like the way it looks. And it's different than this. And I feel like a lot of people want to get this. So if I wanted to be a little unique, I could go with this because less people are going to go with it. And it still looks really cool. Still looks like a GTR kit. And it's guaranteed to be made with the highest quality because it's going to come straight from the guys that made it for PCG. So, yeah. But that would be very expensive, $20,000, $30,000. This is the most unclear document I've ever made, because there's also stuff. Ooh, oh, this is a replica. This is not a bad replica. I'm impressed. But whose video is this? Oh, this is one of Andre's videos. There's just so many other things that I'm not covering that I feel bad, but I can't cover it. Like there's also there's interior stuff, so you want like gauges, steering wheel. The thing is, again, I shouldn't really bother with telling you guys how to replicate these cars because, for one, that's not the point of the video. And second, there's a lot of stuff that was changed throughout the time that the M3 GTRs were used. So this is basically more or less how I would do it with what I know. And then there's a lot of other supporting mods that's needed. So we've got, I mean, this is already a ton of money anyways. So in case you were wondering how much it would cost to do a proper M3 GTR build, I'm guessing you're going to need at least 6 figures. At least $100,000. We could do the quick math. This is $162,000, and that doesn't even include everything. So you're probably going to need at least $200,000 for this, easily. Because this is lowballing all of this, because I don't even know everything that you need for this, and I could be underestimating how much some of these things cost. So, but yeah, you guys wanted to know how I would build an M3 E46. So we would get, we'll go through. E46 M3, a standard car. It would look like this when I first got it. We would get an S65 engine out of an E92 M3. 4-liter V8, 414 horsepower stock at the crank. We would twin turbo it with a kit from Gintani or something very similar. That would be good for at least 550 to 600 wheel horsepower. But we want to build the engine so that we could do 800 or 850 wheel horsepower, because come on. And then we'd want to have a straight cut gear transmission from Hollinger. We'd use the RD6 sequential with a shift cut so that we can do the cool gear changes without having to use the clutch, basically. Standalone ECU, a whole bunch of other stuff, carbon body kit. Yeah. So that is the general breakdown of how I would do it with the major things I can think of. If you guys want to see the guide for how to build an M3 GTR replica, stay tuned for that, because that will happen. I'm going to work with Herschel Brewer at Scottsdale Motorsports to make that video, and it will be very cool. And also, before I head out, we are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year, in the year of 2020. And if we hit 100,000 subscribers, there are other milestones before that, but if we hit 100,000 subscribers, I will do a full breakdown of the Fast and the Furious, the 2001 film, and where I talk about the cars, the actors, the filming techniques they used, how they did certain things, and I would do it from the start to the finish. I'd even talk about the filming locations. It would be the most complete breakdown of the movie ever. You wouldn't find anything more complete, because I'd be using information from Craig Lieberman, Sean Morris, and my own research. I'm Sean Connery. And my own research. Oh, I'm still trying to... So if you're interested in that, take a look. But thank you for watching this week's episodes of how I would build. And I hope to see you all next time. Next time, the next car you guys voted for is the 1995 to 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse. So, hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Tom, the Racing Joker, and I'll see you all next time. Take it easy, and keep it crazy. Bye.